Okay, now that you've got your new Fenix watch on your wrist, you need to get down to the most important part of owning a Garmin. No, not the training programs you're going to do with it. Obviously, I'm talking about accessorizing it so you can flex on your friends and family that clearly aren't real athletes. You can easily spot them with their monotonous and boring rectangular watches. So all you got to do is go and hop on Garmin.com, take a look at their selection of, holy crap, their watch bands are how much? Paying the Garmin tax for a top-of-the-line sports watch that increases your VO2 max just by wearing it is one thing. But for a silicone band, 50 bucks? Come on now. Leather's $250? But hey, at least I can make finance payments on my watch band. And titanium is how much? I've heard you could get an entire watch for less than that. Okay, we need to look good, but the wallets have just been tapped by getting the Fenix onto the wrist. So in this video, I'll score some of my tried and true watch bands that have lasted me for a couple different watches now, as well as a few that I've just grabbed to add some more variety to the mix. Let's go. Okay, so all of these will be quick fit watch bands, which is Garmin's style of being able to use a spring-loaded clasp that allows for quick and easy tool-free band swapping. The exception being some nylon bands that use Velcro. These are all going to be 22mm bands, which is the size for the standard 47mm watch. But almost all of these seem to be available in multiple sizes and of course multiple colors, so if you're rocking a smaller or larger watch or you want a different look, you can almost certainly get these in the needed sizes and colors. If you saw my watch face video, I swapped some of these in with assorted faces, but for the sake of time, I'll stick with just one watch face here and just swap bands. They're each going to get a 1 to 5 star rating based on, well, whatever I think of when I'm talking about them. Okay, so we're starting off first with the official Garmin band that comes on the base Epix. And you could see with the design here, we've got some ridges on the side that allow for some breathability, tons of adjustments here, good strong clasp, I've had it for years, very reliable. Design, I'd say this is very strong. Quality, if we throw this on a scale, we're in at 23.7, so the weight is pretty good. It's about average for silicone band. And the main issue with this is of course the pricing, where Garmin is wanting 50 bucks for these, and so value I would say is pretty poor. So overall I'd give this a 2 stars out of 5. It's just too expensive. It's good, it's reliable, but so are many others. Okay, up next again we've got the default Garmin band that comes with the Fenix 8 now, and you can see there's some material missing out of here, right? So like every other spot, it's slightly thinner, and you'll see in a second that is reflected in the weight, and it has a kind of a two-tone design, which is something I'd see on some of the third-party ones, but now it's on the official Garmin as well. So design, I'd say is pretty good here. Quality, obviously very high. Haven't had this for a long time like I have the older Garmin band that I just showed, but there's no reason to think that it wouldn't be high quality. Let's go ahead and throw this onto the scale. 21.3, so we're in a couple grams lighter. And of course the issue with these are the prices. So again, 50 bucks on Garmin's site, so value here is very low. It's a fantastic band, it'll last for years, but so will many others that are a fraction of the price. So again, 2 out of 5 for this. Let's hit some third parties. Okay, now we're moving on to some third party goodness here. So up first, I've got my orange YOOSIDE band. So, and these are all gonna have wacky names, whatever. It is what it is. That's kind of what you get when you buy stuff on Amazon these days. 22.2, so nice and light. And again, these are extremely close in design to the base band that I had with my base Epix, right? So it's kind of like that older Garmin design, but you could see there's kind of like a hollowing out there, and it's going to be these ridges that sit on your skin, and it keeps it nice and breathable. I use these for a lot of runs, a lot of activities. They've held up for years, and I use them a lot. It's 12 bucks on Amazon for these, $12. These are roughly the same thing as the Garmin ones. Are Garmin a little bit better? Sure. Are they more than 4 times better? No. So for that, I give these 5 out of 5. These are great. Okay, up next we've got ANCOOL. I've got 3 colors on these. You could see they're a little bit thicker than some of the ones we've just been looking at, and that's because it's solid all the way through. There's nothing carved out here on the band, so that makes it a little bit heavier. We'll see that in a second, but it does feel nice and sturdy. The clasp holds up fine. Again, I've had these for multiple years, nothing wrong with them. They're just slightly heavier, and it's kind of a more rubbery texture, so it can feel a little bit clammy on warmer days and doing activities when you're getting all sweaty. And these you can get for, let's see, a 4-pack is what they're selling now for 29 bucks. So just over $7 per band if you're buying them in a package, or if you're getting them individually, then they're coming in at $14. So they're solid. I don't like that they're not as breathable. Okay, if we check the weight here, we're in at 25.5, so you can see this is so far the heaviest one we have. So definitely a little more heavy duty. These are pretty good on value if you're buying a few colors or something. Again, not my favorite just because they are a little bit heavier and they do feel a little more grippy, rubbery. So I'd give them a 3 out of 5. They're solid. Okay, up next we have TruMirr, and this is a genuine leather band as per their little description here. And these are definitely lighter, so we'll throw them on the scale in a second, but they're lighter. I'd say the quality on these is kind of middling. The clasp is not super heavy duty, and actually I had a spring kind of give out on one of them, so I kind of have to push it upwards when I'm latching it on. It doesn't fall off or anything, and again, I'm obviously not using these for activities, so it's pretty much fine. The material is nice. I'd say, I mean, for a cheap leather, it's not bad in any way. If you're just looking to kind of get a more casual look on your watch, these are pretty good. If you're looking to pick this up, it's 22 bucks. So I think kind of given the price of 22, the fact that the clasp has kind of not held up well, and you can just tell this is lighter. I'm not sure if it's plastic or just very light, but this is definitely a lighter material. And let's see, throwing these on a scale, we're in at 16.7, so it is very light. But again, the weight doesn't matter much. This is a casual watch band. You're not using it in activities or on long runs. So the lightweight here just kind of means maybe less robust clasp system. So yeah, I got to give this a 2 out of 5. I use it. I don't dislike it, but I just don't think it has the same kind of quality that some of these other options do. Okay, up next we have Abanen, and these are $16 if you're buying 1 or $22 if you're buying 2. So not super cheap. It's very simple. You're just kind of looping this through, closing that off, and then you could adjust these to whatever size you want, which is nice. So one of the drawbacks here is if you're constantly putting it on, taking it off, that you're going to be using that Velcro quite a lot. And you could see I started losing a bit right here, but I'm just going to glue it on. I'm sure it'll be just fine. I've been using these quite a lot over the last 3 years. I enjoy how light they are. You can use them for activities, and there's a reason why the Enduro watches come with this style of band. They're super light. So when you're trying to trim grams, if you're going on a very long run, then something that just trims out all the weight possible is better. So let's throw it on a scale and see here. There we go, 6.5 grams. So yeah, this is by far the lightest option that we're gonna see today, and they really are fantastic. I'd say quality is decent. That patch is coming off, but don't hate it. Design is nice, it's simple, it's comfortable. I would give these overall, I guess a 3 out of 5. You know, it would easily be a 4 out of 5 if this little bit of glue was holding up better, but I'll just glue it myself. I enjoy these, they're good. If you like this style of band, be sure and watch all the way through. And the final band of my old purchases is this metal one from Etsy. The listing says it's titanium, but I swear it's a bit heavy for that. It's on sale right now for 48 bucks, so yeah, it's not cheap, and it comes with a tool to adjust links out so you get just the right size. Let's get a weight on here. Yeah, 99.6, so pretty heavy. Overall, it's a nice way to dress up the watch. I have to say that one time I was at the driving range and the clasp actually kind of failed on this, and the clasps are fine. They seem fine, but I'm not sure if it's just the overall weight of the band plus the watch and my enormously powerful golf drive just created enough centrifugal force that sent the thing flying, but it did, the clasp failed, and luckily the watch was not damaged. But yeah, obviously this is not meant for activities, it's meant for looking nice, and I think it does that pretty well. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I think it's a good value. This one is from a brand called Negatta. It's gonna run you only 10 bucks on Amazon. So this is, I think, the cheapest one, unless you're buying those ANCOOL as a package. So a very cheap band. The clasp on this looks very nice. I'd say the quality of this band is extremely high for a $10 watch band. And you could see, like, that has some of the same details of some nicer bands where you have a little bit of a gap here, so the material is not sitting flush on your skin. The little rectangle that pops through here, it has some nice retention, like it's definitely not going to come off. And of course, for a design, I'd say it's pretty good as well. Again, we're kind of copying, I think it's Apple that made the first kind of like internal tucking watch band that was on the original Apple Watch. But if not, whatever, that's what I know it from. But it's a nice design, it's nice quality, it's $10, so it's a fantastic value. Let's see how much this weighs. 23.2, so very slightly heavier than a standard band, which kind of makes sense because this part is going to be a little bit extra material. But given the quality for the price you pay, this is an easy 5 out of 5. This is fantastic. This one it's pretty obvious where we're getting the inspiration for this one. And let's see, if we look at the price here, the brand is called Hemsut, and the price on this one is $21. So not super cheap, but it does have kind of like that interesting design, the hook and loop. So the clasp is a bit different here. They definitely went away from kind of the traditional Garmin design that many manufacturers use, and there's kind of like a smaller one there, which is a little bit tougher to catch. But overall, I'd say the quality on this is pretty high. The design is very nice because obviously they're just kind of copying Apple's design. And the value here is okay. You know, at 21 bucks, it's not cheap. It is, let's see, it's nice and light. So let's check the weight on this one. If we throw it on, we're looking at basically 21 grams, 20.9. So the only thing I would say about this one is that you have almost the same weight as a silicone band, but you still kind of have the drawbacks of a nylon band if you're using it for activities, meaning you have to kind of dry it out, wash it out. It's not like a silicone band where you could just kind of rinse it and dry it with a towel. It's going to have to kind of sit and dry, and that's just kind of a little more annoying. So you're not getting the benefits of a nylon band with the weight, and you're not getting the benefits of a silicone band with the cleaning. So I think because of that, plus the price, I'd give it a 3 out of 5, borderline 2 out of 5. I think it is pretty cool. It's pretty nice looking, but because of the functional reasons I gave, I can't rate it too high. And finally, we have another leather one. This is kind of like a soft leather here, and this is from Hemsut as well. This is a little more of an interesting detailed band. You know, it's got some different little features here. We've got an American flag patch on this one, as well as a little accent color, which of course matches well with the Fenix 8 that I have. So I just had to pick this one up. Because it's that same brand, they have the kind of different clasp style that we saw on the other Hemsut band. And it's a little bit skinnier, so it could be a little bit tough to catch with your nail sometime if you're changing it frequently. But this is definitely quality. I've got a feeling it's going to be pretty heavy with the amount of material we got here. And you can just tell the weight of the metal is pretty, yeah, 30.4. Obviously not meant for activities. This is a casual, maybe more rugged type look if you're kind of liking these little stylistic features here. I think overall the design is interesting, it's nice, it's unique from other ones that I've seen. It is high quality, the value, this runs $27. I don't know if I mentioned that, $27 on Amazon, so a little bit on the pricey side, but you're getting a lot for it, so I guess I'll throw that a 3 out of 5. I think it's a pretty decent value if you're looking for something different. So there we have it, guys. You could grab all of these bands for less than a single Garmin titanium band. There's tons of options here. If you have a third-party band that you love, please throw it in the comments down below. You could see I'm not adverse to putting a new dress on my band on my watch. So definitely interested to hear. If you've got a trusty one that you've been using for years, I want to know about it. Being able to customize something that you'll likely have on your person daily for years to come is a must. So I hope this video gave you some good ideas. And remember, all of these come in different colors than what I've shown, so be sure to check the links in the description and poke around a bit to match your watch or favorite watch face. And if you've made it to the end, I've got something for you. And there's the brand new Abanen band. I'm happy to give this away here. I have an extra. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to fix the old one that I have. I'll glue it back together. I'd rather that one of you guys get this. So just as a very casual giveaway on the channel, not in writing anywhere, only the people that watch this entire video will have an opportunity to get this. It is 22 millimeters, so please, if you have a different size watch band, don't enter this. There can't be any stipulations around giving things away here as far as I know, so you don't have to be subscribed to the channel, but if you enjoy the channel, please do subscribe. If you want to enter for this, just write in the comment section, start your comment with DDF for Dave Does Fitness, so I know that you're trying to enter to get this. Comment with what watch you have and what your favorite workout or activity is, or next race, or whatever. I don't care. Once I get about 50 entries, then I'll go ahead and pull those usernames, put them in a random generator, pull one out, and I'll be sending you a free nylon band. I figure it's just an easy and simple way I could do something to give back to you. I really do appreciate all you guys watching, subscribing, commenting, interacting with the channel. It's growing like never before, and I appreciate all of it. Thanks so much. I'm Dave, and this is Dave Does Fitness. Have an awesome day, and stay fit.